Hey crew, are you stuck around your house, your apartments, your tents, your yurts, your igloos, any other dwelling I've not named, but you still want to keep yourself in the game? We've been throwing out lots of clips. We've been doing a lot of striking lately, but I make sure you're clear. We still do tons of grappling on the raw. Here's something that's an oldie but a goldie. A lot of you may already have it. We don't like to play off the back too much, but when we do, make sure we got something to play with. We're going to talk about a little bit of a bailout maneuver off of a failed armbar, or an armbar perhaps you didn't even really want in the first place. Tilt that down for me. I'm going to do a little solo thing that I'll bring in a person show, because I know most of us are having to play solo lately, and I want you down there, flip that screen for me so I can see what I'm doing. Thank you. So if we're down here faking our own little bottom scissors thing and all this, let's say I'm setting up an armbar. I'm going to turn armbar from this bottom scissors. I'm going to attack a right arm. We've got many ways to go. Two broad ways we're talking about right now is either an arm drag or a short drag arm drag. As you know, that right hand would come behind that right tricep we can secure here. Or short drag, that right hand can come over the top of it and drag from this side. But see, the key is what we're looking at right here. The right hand is going to be key about what we're doing. That's not what we're really going for here. We're going to talk about if we have a bailout of that arm, or if we're really wanting to shoot for something else. And you're going, what are you talking about? Let me go ahead and bring you in here and see if we can get this up to speed. So she pops down here into my bottom scissors, aka guard position. And what we just talked about, if I underhook on this arm, I'm into an arm drag position. Let me rotate that a little bit, put your smiling face to the camera. Keep me, yeah, there you go, ham it up. So we know what I got. I got a drag position, or I've got a short drag position. There's other ways to get in this clearly, but I'm mainly just talking about here, we know we're going to slide off. She's got good hand position here. She's wanting to keep her posture back. Everything's looking good. But we're talking about when we've attacked with this, we know armbar, unless someone's an absolute greenhorn tenderfoot out there, they're not going to let this happen. They're going to start sneaking out. So what we're looking at, whenever I'm attacking with that armbar, which either drag I'm using, I want to use this hand, but I'm really looking for an underhook. Not here, not here, here. Yeah, I'm faking it here. I'm giving something really big. I want my underhook over here on this side. Not because I'm going to try and spider web and fall over for this, I'm getting all tunneled into the armbar. I don't want to. I want to be off my back. Whether it's street, on the mat, MMA, I don't want to eat up this hand here, because I think about this. If I'm hooking up all this, I'm doing this, and she's reaching back to the North 40. Oh no! So even if I'm doing this overhook here, any kind of thing like this, we know either of my drags, it's not going to have some real structural integrity, and it's going to get snatched out of my grasp, lickety split. Right? Right. So what I'm looking to do instead, well, what I'm thinking about is I'm hooking any of these up and making the threat feel like it's happening here. Whether she's reaching for North 40 or starting to posture off for me, it's going to create a little bit of a gap. Like 3/4 this way, a little bit of a gap right here. I don't need much. Notice my butt's sitting right on this gap. I'm not asking you to step up. If she could step up, it's going to make this even easier on me, but I don't want easy. You don't want easy. We also want reality, right? If people are stepping up near you, they're green, right? If you're playing against green, you're never going to get any better. So this right hand that's been doing short and dragging or short dragging will now penetrate to here, come in, it comes in palm up, all right? Comes in palm up, I'm really big on that. Palm up, and once I've done that, I'm going to put my release in and start sneaking this knee over and across in this direction. And I'm going to create some more space here in just a moment. But my knee's got to point down. I'm still at palm up. Notice my toes are just not relaxing, hanging around out here. I want to pick the pocket with those toes. The other thing that's going on, this knee is coming across. I'm kind of creating this little bit of a barrier right here, because I'm going to push off. And this knee is going to be very important here in just a moment. Let's get to this kind of nice and slow. Hook up, I'm here, get a drag. She does a big pull back. Boom! Look at that. I pick the pocket. This knee is across. This is over here. Now what often can be done, we've shown it before ourselves, is that we're going to create some space and get a big shove off. And what you usually see from here is this swings over the top, put my heel right up that butthole, and slide this into a knee bar. Right? Right. But often what happens on this is, because as soon as they feel this fling, they shoot away. She's already shot past this. I don't have the same great structural integrity
mechanics for that leg bar that I'd like, let alone this is a half leg bar because they don't have 2 legs through, right? So I'm not even thinking that the whole way, but that's what it feels like to the person who is in the high side of things. And if they're on the high side of things, I'm already thinking they're pretty good. I've got something else in mind, and now you're going to have something else in mind. And that other thing we have in mind once we slid to here is we know that leg's not really where we want it. We're going for that toe hold instead. So the hand comes out of the toe, I pull on that calf a little bit. I'm exploding all this angle so you can see what's going on. I pull on that calf a little bit. I'm reaching over the top here. I make sure I can't see my wrist. That's big. Wrist stays back behind that ankle. And if I give my little short tweak, if I put her toes right, if I think about, I want her toes to go in her butthole. You ready up there for that tap hand? Boom. There she is, right? But the toe hold in this isn't right here because you see how I threw that leg over the top for that leg bar? This is a weak toe hold. So, what we are wanting to do instead, at least with this lesson, pretend I'm right for another minute. So, let me get back up in here. Everything's hooked up. I baked with this nonsense. He pulls away. I remember palm up, knee through. And I've got all this hooked up. Whenever I hook up in this toe hold, I've got my grip hooked up right. But what's going to finish it is not what I'm doing here. It's what I'm doing with the legs. Isn't that nice? This little twist up position right here, this little pretzel, slide yourself out for a moment so you can see this weird pretzel position of my legs. I'm picking the pocket with those toes. This heels across. I hook my grip up like a smart guy because I can be smart occasionally, but once I'm in here, boom, this little push away with the legs, it was holding the torso. That's what eats up that, get out of here, champ, thank you. That's what eats up that toe hold position, so we don't have to really start making sure, whoa, where's my grip? Put your grip right, hide the wrist, meaning if you can see your wrist, you've penetrated too far, right? So we're going to keep everything nice and tight with that little pick the pocket, block it out with the shin, and then when you know your grip's there, boom, don't throw that leg over for the knee bar. I know that's an attractive and lulling thing, and even without her here, we can picture this. What I'm also using it for, let's say the toes are sweaty, and the kick away's not where I'm at. I'm using this. I just put that on the mat and I walk myself out, meaning I'm back up. So this is also an escape. It's a toe hold. It's an escape. It's a way to bail on that arm bar. It's just a way to not be on your back there for a while because we're thinking more wrestling than anything else. Anyway, give it a shot. Try to show it to you solo as I can. I know it's going to be a lot easier when you grab someone else's sweaty foot or foot with a shoe on it. Go to work. I mean, take your time on it, because I'm telling you, once you get this hooked up and you use the leg work and not using this, the ankle's going to pop on you like that, which is what we want for the real world, but with our partners and our loved ones, well, hell no.